What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today we're back with 40 facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. Now, recently, I've been diving into the lore of my Infernal Suns Chaos Space Marine army, and it's friggin' amazing. The lore behind Chaos in general is just, there's so many avenues to explore. You've got Chaos Undivided, you've got demonic rituals, demonic possessions, you can ally with one of the four gods. There's just so much to explore. You've got the flesh metal virus that infects obliterators. It's just so many things you could do with this army. The customization for Chaos Marines, I feel, are a lot, I wouldn't say easier, but a lot more inspirational. Like, you could take, your different avenues into making your army look really, really unique. And that's really amazing. So, going off of that, I was looking for some bloody, rugged Chaos Marines to be like, the bread and butter to this army. Chaos Space Marines, I feel like I didn't really want to put any into it. I was just gonna occupy the troops choices with like bloodletters, demonettes, those kind of lesser demons. But it wouldn't really be a Infernal Sun Legion without any, Chaos Space Marines, since they are Trader Marines. So I scoured the interwebs. I went on eBay and I found some really awesome bloody Chaos Space Marines. Now, the ones that I chose they're World Eaters, but the color scheme matches that of the Infernal Suns, white, gold, and red. So it works. It wasn't too hard to find, so that's cool. So the images you see here are indeed, the Space Marines that I got off eBay. Really, really great details on some of these guys. You can see the blood wash over them. You can see all the little battle damage to their armor, so it makes sense that they've been fighting for quite a long time. So now that I've got that little intro out for you guys, let's dive into the lore behind the Infernal Suns Chaos Space Marines, the SunEaters. How foolish of me. Did I really think I could prosper in this galaxy, filled with horrors and killers? As I lay here with my very own life flowing out of me, I finally realized where I went wrong. The messengers of the gods came to me to answer my prayers. To think all I ever wanted was to keep my people safe. I guess nowhere is as safe as within the belly of the beast. Even now, in my final moments of life, I can still hear their screams of the innocent damning me who would be their protector. They snuck in the dead of the night with a ferocity unseen. They not only killed my people, but they took delight in it, ripping them limb from limb. And what frightened me the most, what shook me down to my core, was the crunch when they began to devour them. What a fool I've been. I guess it's just like father, like son, and now I've paid the price. King of the Obsidian Scale tribe. The heretic Astartes of the Infernal Suns go by the name of the SunEaters. It is known that all Chaos Marines are driven by their hunger for power, but the SunEaters are literally driven by hunger. After the Midnight Sun Dante Hueco pledged his allegiance to the ruinous powers of chaos, they entered into the warp. What transpired within can only be speculated at, but when the Infernal Suns emerged, thousands of years had passed. Before an Infernal Sun assault, screams of agony can be heard, for these Marines are possessed by gluttonous demons, who are constantly devouring them from the inside out, only for them to regenerate over and over again. They are forever cursed to endure this pain. However, by ingesting their enemies, the pain stops momentarily, for the demon then feasts on their new meal. Dante has used this curse to further his goals of eradicating any last Celestial Sun, by stating that if they kill a Celestial Sun Marine, their demon would be exorcised, and their eternal pain and suffering would end. These Sun Eater Marines serve no Chaos God, for for they do not care about such things, only to escape their agonizing pain. They also tend to favor close combat weaponry, bolt pistols, plasma pistols, chain axes, chain swords, anything really that will allow them to hack away their opponents into bite-sized chunks of meat. There have been a few Marines who have given in completely to their demons, and have thus become more demonic than Marine. While not quite fully possessed Chaos Space Marines, they do have an increase in their reflexes, and they take on more deadly blows, allowing them to shake this off with little to no damage. They are usually elevated to the rank of aspiring champion. However, there have been a few unfortunate enough to become Chaos Spawn. The life of a SunEater is one usually short-lived. However, they will stop at nothing to swallow the sun whole, and blanket the galaxy in darkness. Now, if you wish to wield the Chaos Space Marines on the battlefield, their stats remain the exact same thing as 8th edition Chaos Space Marines. You could give them whatever mark of chaos you need them to be. For example, if they're fighting under one of the bloody eclipses, for example Varos of the Bloody Lance, then you could give them the mark of Khorne, just to kind of keep it thematic, I guess. Or, again, they can go without a mark, which is generally what I usually run them with. I also prefer to run them in full 20-man units with chainswords and bolt pistols, because they could get in there with hopefully most of your unit surviving and then just wrecking in close combat. And this also makes sense lore-wise, since they tend to favor these weapons. So, I mean, there are a few variations to the SunEaters. For example, you've got Chaos Raptors, but we'll get to that in another video. For now, I'm just focusing on just the standard Chaos Infernal Sun Marine. So yeah, that's pretty much the lore I have behind the SunEaters. Let me know what you guys think about the lore. That little snippet I did in the beginning, where I was talking about the King of the Obsidian Scale, I'll get into that a little bit more later, but just know that he is a human, just a regular human, who has rallied a huge portion of the population on his planet to basically be a strong human empire. But they're part of the Imperium, but they're kind of like on the outskirts, so they don't really get too much like resources. They're basically on their own, and they deal with dragons. I know you guys love to send in dragon fan lore, so this is, well, you'll see when I talk about it. Just know that from what you've read, they get wrecked. So yeah, that's all the lore I've got on my Infernal Suns for today. Stay tuned, because like I said before, I do have a lot of commissions going on. They are getting painted, a huge chunk of my Infernal Suns, so once they're done, I will be showcasing them off. Hydra Miniature Painting Studios is, you know, taking on that task, so you'll see the epicness that is Chaos when they're ready. And yeah, like I said, that's all I've got for today. Leave your comments down below, and we'll go from there. This is the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.